Welcome back, coin hunters and side hustle heroes. Today we're zooming in on the 1996 Roosevelt Proof Dime, the mirror finish marvel many collectors skip right over while chasing flashy gold eagles and silver dollars. Big mistake. Quietly, this little 10-cent piece has become the stealth jackpot of modern US coinage, and in the next few minutes you'll know exactly why. First, the origin story. Proof coins aren't struck for pocket change, they're precision-made showpieces, double-struck on polished planchets under higher pressure at the San Francisco Mint. That's why every detail on FDR's profile pops, every letter screams, and the frost against black mirror fields practically blind you under a desk lamp. But 1996 is special. It marked the 50th anniversary of the Roosevelt Dime series, a milestone that sparked a modest mintage bump, and, more importantly, an explosion of private third-party grading submissions. That flood exposed a secret. A microscopic handful of these dimes left the press with absolute laser-sharp devices, flawless deep cameo contrast, and zero blemishes detectable even under a 10x loop. Collectors chasing perfect population reports at PCGS and NGC went bananas. The population in the coveted top grade stayed stuck at single digits. Scarcity plus anniversary hype equals runaway demand, and prices began snowballing on auction floors and in late-night eBay bidding wars. Now for the detective work. You can't rely on grandma's old coin album image, you need to test the cameo. Tilt the coin under direct LED light. If FDR's bust glows with a thick, creamy frost while the background stays jet black and glassy, you might have the necessary deep cameo punch. Next, scrutinize the fields. No haze, no milk spots, no hairlines from clumsy capsule flips. Flip it over. Torch, olive branch, and oak branch must be razor-edged. And here's the pro tip. Edge reads on proof dimes are often overlooked, so grab a macro lens and watch for nicks where a Coinstar reject slot might have scraped lesser pieces. One scratch ends the dream. Already sweating? Good. Because the grading game is high stakes. Ship overnight, fully insured, to PCGS or NGC, request a TrueView or PhotoVision so you can flex those images on social media, then sit tight. If the slab comes back PR70 deep cameo, population maybe 8, 9 coins tops, you're officially holding lightning in a bottle. Dealers at the bigger shows in Fun, Long Beach, or Whitman will chase you down the aisle waving checks. Private treaty brokers in Florida and California will slide business cards under your hotel room door. Why the frenzy? Registry set fanatics. They build ranked digital albums on grading service leaderboards, and to clinch first place they must plug in the top-graded 1996 Proof Dime. There aren't enough to go around, so the price graph looks like a hockey stick. Imagine peeling back that mint-issued cellophane, popping one flawless little silver-colored disc into a slab, and discovering you're suddenly negotiating with Wall Street types who collect modern proofs the way they once traded tech stocks. Breathe in the shine of a coin so fresh, so blinding, it looks like it just rolled off the press, and yet it's been hiding in plain sight for more than a decade. You crack open a dusty United States Mint proof set from 2013. Nestled between the presidential dollars and the half-dollar is a silver-colored sliver of perfection, the 2013 Roosevelt Dime. 10 humble cents on its face, but to the sharp-eyed treasure hunter this mirror finish marvel is the ultimate sleeper hit of modern US coinage. Why would anyone lose their mind over a coin younger than the latest iPhone? Start with how proof coins are made. At the San Francisco Mint, each blank, called a planchet, is bathed in burnishing media, then blasted by a high-pressure press not once but twice. Devices frost over like fresh snow, while the fields turn into black glass. For 2013, the Mint's dyes were so crisp that every microscopic strand of Franklin D. Roosevelt's hair and every serif on the word Liberty stand out like 3D sculpture. Collectors chasing deep cameo perfection were instantly hooked, but there's a twist. 2013 witnessed a surge of first-day issue mania. Thousands of proof sets were ripped open by flippers hunting 70-grade coins. The result? Most pieces picked up tiny handling ticks, making genuine PR70 deep cameo survivors rarer than anyone expected. Fast forward to today's registry set arms race. Those flawless dimes are the last puzzle piece for top-ranked collectors on PCGS, NGC, and CAC Digital. Supply? Barely a handful. Demand? Nuclear. Put on your Sherlock hat. Take a raw 2013 Proof Dime and tilt it under a daylight lamp. The portrait should erupt in thick, creamy frost while the background stays obsidian dark. No milk spots, no lint drag, no rainbow haze. Flip to the torch and olive branch reverse, look for razor edge flame lines and untouched eye of the torch, then inspect the reed pattern around the rim. A single scrape knocks you down to PR 69 territory, and that 69 versus 70 gap means a gulf of 5 figures. Once you think you've got the one, send it express to PCGS or NGC. Opt for high-resolution imaging. Serious buyers shop with their eyes first. If your slab comes back PR 70 DCAM, the phone rings off the hook. Dealers at the fun show sprint across the bourse waving cashier's checks. Instagram coin moguls slide into your DMs with "name your price" messages. Registry sharks from Silicon Valley to Manhattan trade Bitcoin, bullion, or cold cash to secure bragging rights. Why all the noise over a dime? Because modern proof specialists know lightning rarely strikes twice. They're building perfect sets from 1992 silver proof through the current year, and without the 2013 S in top grade their leaderboard dreams evaporate. They will pay whatever it takes to lock it down before the next live auction resets the market even higher. Picture the moment. You, a modest proof set hobbyist, hand a plastic slab dime across a glass counter. Within seconds you're staring at a cashier's check large enough to erase a student loan, fund a beach condo down payment, or bankroll a brand new muscle car, and that brings us to the headline you came for. One flawless PR 70 Deep Cameo 2013 S Roosevelt Dime has sold for between $120,000 and $137,000. Crack the seal on a 2014 United States Mint proof set, and you might unleash a pocket-sized rocket that can blast your bank account into the stratosphere. Tucked between the glossy Kennedy half and the presidential dollars glints the unassuming 2014 S Roosevelt Dime, 10 official cents that stealth collectors whisper about in online forums, Reddit threads, and late-night eBay sniper chats. If you came searching 2014 Roosevelt Dime value, 2014 S proof dime worth money, or modern dime rarity jackpot, you just hit the algorithm bullseye, because this tiny coin is how some hobbyists vaulted from spare change hunters to six-figure legends. What makes this mirror-polished sliver different from the loose dimes rattling in your car cup holder? Proof coins aren't stamped for vending machines. They're struck under crushing tonnage on pre-polished planchets, twice, at the San Francisco Mint. The result, deep cameo frosting so thick you'd swear it was 3D printed, and jet black fields that reflect your face like obsidian glass. For 2014, the Mint dialed the die prep to perfection, creating cameo contrast sharp enough to slice daylight. But here's the plot twist: flippers tore open tens of thousands of fresh proof sets in a feeding frenzy, and the majority of those coins picked up microabrasions the instant they left the government lens. The battlefield was littered with PR 69 casualties, near perfect but not perfect enough for registry sharks. Enter the population report ticking bomb. To top the PCGS, NGC, and CAC digital leaderboards, collectors must secure a PR 70 Deep Cameo 2014 S Roosevelt Dime. Trouble is, only a microscopic handful, think fingers on one hand few, have ever graded that high. Every time one surfaces, bidding wars erupt that make crypto charts look tame. Registry heavyweights and Silicon Valley whales duke it out for bragging rights, jacking values higher with each auction cycle. Want to know if your proof set survivor is the golden, silver, ticket? Grab an LED desk lamp. Tilt the dime. Franklin D. Roosevelt's portrait should glow like fresh snow against a void black mirror. No haze, no milk spots, no hairlines from a careless capsule twist. Rotate the reverse. The torch flame and twin branches must show knife-edge separation, zero frost breaks, dead center strike. Now inspect the reeds around the edge. Even one tiny ding demotes you into $500 territory. If it still looks flawless under 10x magnification, you may have a unicorn. Next move: one day insured shipping to PCGS or NGC with the walkthrough tier. Spring for TrueView or PhotoVision images. Those high-res glam shots will be your digital billboard when deep pocket buyers come knocking. Should the slab return with the hallowed PR 70 DCAM label, prepare for chaos. Dealers at the Long Beach Expo will tail you down the aisle waving wire transfer slips. Instagram coin influencers will spam your DMs with rocket emoji offers. Private brokers have been known to swap bullion, Teslas, even fractional ownership in beachfront Airbnbs to pry one loose. Why such hysteria over modern pocket change? Because the Roosevelt Proof Dime series from 1992 onward is the battleground for 21st century registry supremacy, and the 2014 S in absolute top grade sits dead center in the hardest stretch of the run. Miss that slot and your number one ranking vaporizes. The result is a perfect storm of ultra-low supply versus no ceiling demand, every economist's textbook recipe for moonshot prices, visual playbook for your YouTube reel. Macro B-roll of the dime rotating on a motorized turntable, luster flaring like a supernova. Side-by-side overlay comparing PR69 versus PR70, let the audience squint at the invisible difference that means tens of thousands of dollars. Pop an on-screen keyword burst, 2014 S Dime era rarity, proof dime deep cameo value, how to grade Roosevelt Dime, your SEO will thank you. Now imagine this, you're at your kitchen table, prying open a 10-year-old proof set your aunt gave you for graduation. You pluck out a perfect little silver circle, mail it off, and 3 weeks later you're fielding calls from auction houses that treat you like a celebrity. One cashier's check later, and your junk drawer find funds a down payment, wipes out debt, or seeds the ultimate vacation fund. Welcome to the modern coin gold rush, powered by a single flawless Roosevelt dime from San Francisco's 2014 proof presses, a coin that has changed hands for between $122,000 and $145,000. Imagine flipping open a forgotten 2015 United States Mint proof set, maybe one you bought on a whim, maybe one you barely remember, and watching a single dime ignite your phone with PayPal pings, cash offer texts, and frantic late-night calls from dealers coast to coast. That sliver of mirror-sharp metal is the 2015 S Roosevelt Proof Dime, an under-the-radar powerhouse that modern coin insiders rank as the stealth MVP of the entire decade. If you've ever searched 2015 Roosevelt Dime value, modern proof dime worth money, how much is my 2015 S Dime, or deep cameo Roosevelt rarity, lean in, because this is the pocket change legend that can vault an ordinary collector straight into six-figure folklore. Let's dial back to how a proof dime is born. At the San Francisco Mint, technicians hand-feed silver-colored planchets into hydraulic presses that hammer them twice with polished dies. That double strike forces every microgroove of Franklin D. Roosevelt's portrait to leap off the surface like bas-relief sculpture while the fields turn obsidian black. For 2015 the minting dies were prepped so cleanly that full-frost devices and knife-edge detail became the baseline. Great news, right? Not exactly, because thousands of flippers shredded open their fresh proof sets under blinding fluorescent lights, hunting that mystical PR70 grade. The minute a coin left its plastic lens, airborne dust, microfiber drag, or a single fingerprint could slash it down to PR69. And the gulf between 69 and 70 on the population report is a canyon measured in mortgage payments. Scroll through PCGS, NGC, CAC Digital, or whatever registry leaderboard you prefer, and you'll see the real story. An ultra-tiny head count of PR70 deep cameo 2015 S dimes, barely enough to start a pickup game. Every time one appears in public auction, the bid increments jump like a heart monitor. Registry diehards who've locked down every other year from 1992 to date will overpay without blinking, because missing that 2015 slot nukes their number one ranking. Classic supply-and-demand pulp fiction, but the stakes are 21st century crazy. Think your raw proof dime might be the one? Pull out a daylight LED lamp and give it the tilt test. Roosevelt's frosted bust should glow like powdered sugar while the background stays pitch black and reflection sharp, no orange peel texture, no hairlines, no milky patches. Flip to the torch reverse, the split branches and flame tongues must show razor separation, and the designer initials need to look laser engraved. Don't forget the edge reads, one microscopic bruise is the kiss of death. Still flawless at 10 times magnification? Time to overnight it, insured, signature required, to PCGS or NGC and pay for the high-res photo service. Those glossy slab images will be your marketing rocket fuel. When the plastic coffin returns stamped PR70 DCAM, clear your schedule. Fun show dealers, Long Beach brokers, even Instagram co-influencers will stalk you faster than a trending meme. They'll wave wire confirmations, offer bullion swaps, flash crypto wallets, anything to snag that dime before the next registry deadline. Private treaty sales happen in hotel lobbies, coffee shops, and yes, even parking lots, but always under armed guard vibes because that coin is basically a six-figure cashier's check in miniature. Need cinematic B-roll ideas for your YouTube edit? Slow-motion reveal of the proof set cracking open, macro glide over the dime's frosted devices, reverse shot of the torch blazing under a ring light, overlaid search bar pop-ups typing, 2015 S Dime PR70 value, deep cameo dime jackpot, sell rare dime fast. Keyword saturation that the algorithm devours, yet organic enough to keep viewers glued, and here's the fantasy-turned-reality endgame. You're sitting at your kitchen table, morning coffee in hand, scrolling email when heritage, great collections, and legend rare coin all ping you within minutes, begging to consign your slab. 2 weeks later, a packed auction room breathes in unison as the hammer falls and you pocket a number most people need a comma to read. That single flawless Roosevelt dime from the 2015 proof presses has traded hands for between $125,000 and $155,000.